The fight fans joining us and the millions watching around the world. In the Red Korner.
Yes, ladies and gents, welcome back to In The Red Korner podcast with me, Ross. I hope everyone's well this evening. Tonight, I'm joined by the one and only, the bastard himself, Danny Christie. He's here in the background now, smiling away. I'll bring him in. Here he is. Yes, Danny, how are you going?
Down, Ross, and yourself?
Aye, all good. Thanks, pal. Appreciate you coming on. Thanks very much.
Not a problem, mate.
Only 2 weeks. 2 weeks tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah.
Aye. How's it all going? How's preparation?
Mint, mate. Flying. I've had had a few problems in camp. Bits of injuries and illness and that, but yeah, I feel good now. You know, it's not about how I felt then. It's like how I feel now, and I feel great. 2 week, I'm ready to rock.
Good. So it'll be a hard week this week, and then the last week it'll just be slowing down, and that is it.
Yeah, on and off the gas according to this week. See how we feel, but good session yesterday, and I felt right where I needed to be. I just need to keep feathering it now, keep foot on and off the gas, and I'll be fine.
Yeah.
Ready to...
You looked really sharp on the pads with Wayne.
Yeah, that was a good few rounds in as well. Yeah, I'm good. I'm sharp. I'm fit. I'm strong. You know, I'm ready. I'm good to go.
Good man. I want to talk about how you get yourself mentally prepared for it. Like, how is it? How's the week look for you? How the next 2 weeks look for you?
It's a funny one. I'm not really you know, it's not really the best part of it for me. The last couple of weeks, just waiting down. But it's that just that excitement. You know, it's 2 weeks away. You don't think about it as much when you're 6 weeks, 7 weeks out. When you're a couple of weeks out, it's like it's on your mind a lot. You know, you don't want to step a foot wrong. You know.
Yeah. Well, let's fast forward then to fight night then. We're at the venue. You know, how's everything feeling for you there? How does your mental capacity deal with it all? Because I mean, your main event, it's the second time you've main evented a show.
Yeah.
You've got to wait for everyone to fight before you.
Yeah.
What's it like in the changing rooms?
Different every time. Kind of different sort of vibe every time, but you just the best way that I prepare myself, and I know that I'm the best version I can be, is by just not cutting corners in the gym and turning up 100% of yourself. You know, if you've had a full camp and you've cut no corners, you know, what else can you do? That's all you can do, is prepare to the best of your ability. If you go in there half fit, or you're going to disgrace this sport by, you know, being put on a main event, and you're going to go in there and you're not going to be ready, then you shouldn't be there in the first place. You know, it's as simple as that. This is a massive opportunity for me and, you know, for anyone on the BKFC. So if you're going to turn up half-hearted, or you're not going to go right down to the, you know, the final straw, or you maybe, you know, you've been cutting corners in the gym or out like that, then, you know, in my opinion, you're just wasting your time. You know, it's not a sport you can play around with.
No, you don't play bare knuckle.
No.
You've been getting around a fair bit though. Got any different gyms and seeing different people. You're doing some sparring with Big Jack Draper there. That podcast was brilliant as well. Really enjoyed that podcast that you've done with him.
Yeah, he's a good lad, Jack. I like him a lot. We had him up and we've done, I think we've got about 8 rounds in. Just tip-tapping about, but it was good to get the rounds in and be moving about with a big man.
Yeah. And a few weeks ago, obviously, you were sparring with Ellis as well from the Fully Game podcast. You were in the comments. Shout out Fully Game.
That's right, yeah. He's good lad, Ellis. You know, good, big, skillful lad, southpaw, like the lad I'm facing. So I kept us guessing, caused a lot of problems. We had like a medium sort of spar. We landed some decent punches. He landed some belt and body shots on us. But, yeah, good spar, good experience as well. Good day with them lads.
Yeah, I watched that, and the lad's done a brilliant job, you know, walking around the town and things like that. And, you know, being from Carlisle myself, recognising all the places and that. And
yeah, it was decent, wasn't it? It was well put together. They've done a good job there.
Yeah. going to all the old pubs and that, and
yeah, good content.
You were causing mayhem in them back in the day. I was standing on a lot of them doors back in the day. So
yeah,
never crossed paths. So really, never crossed paths.
Hardly. No, you kept out the way, didn't you? You were scared.
You knew where not to go, didn't you?
Whatever.
You've been down at O'Toole's as well, over at O'Toole's with Ginge and Baz and Mickey as well.
That's right. I'm there tomorrow having a few rounds with Lewis Keane.
Yeah, great kid.
Big shout out Lewis Keane. Good slick southpaw, good feet, good movement. So see how many rounds we can get out. Just have a good move about with him tomorrow. I've sparred with him before a couple of times. We spar well, me and Lewis, and he's a good lad. Yeah,
Rob Barry's there as well. Obviously, he's a good southpaw there.
Rob Barry's a class lad. Him and I love sparring with him and Lewis. They're good spars for us. Keep you guessing. The both of them really good.
Yeah.
But I think, as far as I know, Robert Barry's got something on tomorrow. So for just me and Lewis etching a few rounds out. Look forward to that.
Nice one. I put it out on my Instagram as well for a few people to send in some questions. I picked a few out. This is what Lee. How do you say his name? Don't know how you say his name. Elias Lee Smith 2364. Will you rematch Holmesy?
Yeah. If the time's right, if that presents itself, why not? He's mentioned it a few times, so it's obviously on his mind. I think he must be, wanting revenge or whatever. So yeah, I'll fight him again if it makes sense. It's one of them. At the minute, we'll have to see how we both get on and see where it is. It's maybe a fight that's unlikely to happen next. Or you just don't know. You just don't know where it is. I'll maybe get chinned and Anthony will have a good win. Maybe it makes sense to do the rematch then. But yeah, I'd do that. I don't mind knocking him out again.
I can't see you getting chinned, mate. Not in this one.
Listen, mate, it's one of them. It's a bare knuckle fight, mate. You never know. You treat everybody as the most dangerous person on earth, but yeah, I'm ready for anyone, mate.
So I know you talk about it. I know you visualise those kind of things as well. A lot of fighters don't. They visualise, winning, getting their arm raised, and being in the fight and things like that. But you kind of visualise getting cut and getting dragged to the depths and bringing yourself out of it and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course. I think it's a big part of it, especially when it's been such a bleeder. I know I'm going to bleed, so I need to visualise myself fighting with blood in my eyes and fighting through broken noses, missing teeth and all that, and you try and live that stuff before you go in there. So if it does happen in there, you kind of been there before, and you don't shit your pants. You've got a job to do when you get on with it.
That's it, mate. Another question from someone. Donnybrook Company, big shout out to the Donnybrook Company, part of their clan. When's he going to fight David Round?
Yeah, listen, big shout out David Round as well. He's always prodding us in the background, giving us a bit of cheek and a bit of shit and calling us a fanny and all the stuff that he does. But listen, the lad means well. The lad's he's actually right up my street, David Round, and we'll fight before I've wrapped it in. That's a good domestic dust up. You know what you're going to get in that fight. It'd be it's probably got fight of the year or something written all over it. I've told him I'll fight him, and I'll definitely fight him. It's one of them. It'd be a fan favourite, and I'd probably love to take his chin off for all the shit he's been talking as well.
Another question as well from Mondo Greco. Ray from Mondo Greco is in the comments as well. Big shout out. Speaking to Ray, he was at the WBKB show. He was a photographer there. I don't know if you met him there at the time.
Oh yes, it does ring a bell. I know that fella. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I've met him. I'm sure he sent me a few photographs.
Yeah, he did. He's wanting to get some more with you as well at some point. A professional photographer and stuff. So
yeah, not a problem.
I think he sent you a message on Instagram or something already. He was saying, but is there anyone out there? Is there anyone you wouldn't get in the squared circle with? No,
absolutely not. Not at any weight. If they put us in with that Ben Rothwell, if the money was right, not a problem. But no, it didn't bother me. Especially at 185. There's only Lorenzo Hunt really what like stands out. Above and beyond all the rest. The rest of the roster's good. The top five, they're all good fighters. Of course they are. But Lorenzo just seems to be that leagues apart from everyone at the minute. But no, it wouldn't bother me who they put us in with. I think I can beat them all in a fight. I think I can beat any one of them. So once we start swapping punches, fancy my chances with any one of them. So no, none of them bother me.
Good stuff. Oh, wrong one. Last question. Rocky Road or Malteser cake from the sandwich bar? Choose one.
Ooh. See, it's one of them. You could have come up with some better cakes, but I'd probably have to go for the Rocky Road. Yeah.
That's from Powley717.
Yeah.
Thanks for the messages.
Powley needs to up his cake game.
You got all your fight music and everything sorted. Lou's been sorting that out.
I have. I'm a bit undecided at the minute exactly where we're going to go, and I'm not sure. I'll have a word with Lou over the next few days because he's dead helpful and that like that is our Lou. So I'll have a think about what I'm going to go with. You know, I haven't thought about it too much. We'll see. Pick some out over the next few days, I think.
Good stuff. Got a few of the comments here as well. Some nice comments. Jonathan Byrne, your inspiration to me. Danny keeps smashing life.
Thank you.
Big up Danny lad. Sharon Cleland. She got a ticket. She can't wait to and wishes you good luck, Danny the bastard.
Thank you very much.
Got John in there, John Maverick.
Oh yes.
Yeah, good old John.
Appreciate that, John.
Yeah. What else we got? Big up lad, see you in Leeds. That's from Chris. Aye. And then we've got the WBKB show as well next year, which hopefully you're going to come to.
Yeah, I should be there again. Enjoyed it last time.
Yeah, it's class. Brilliant.
What a good show.
Aye. Are there any other fights other than yourself that you're looking forward to on the card? Obviously, Robbie and Gary Fox as well. This is going to be something special, isn't it?
For me, that one stands out above all the rest of them.
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking forward to even watching Anthony Holmes because I like watching Holmes fight, you know what I mean? And I've got nothing against the lad. I hope he gets to win. I'd love to see him get back on winning ways. And he's in with a tough kid. So, you know, I hope he's done, no doubt he'll put the work in that, and I hope he gets the win. But the Robbie Brown, Gary Fox fight, for me, that's going to be the one. Obviously, I've got emotional investment in that fight as well because, you know, Gary Fox is my brother, and I've spoke to Robbie a little bit the other day. I was yesterday or something and told him how it was. You know, I said, look, I'm back on Foxy, but listen, I've nothing against that lad. Me and Robbie get on well as well, but you know, I'm behind Foxy all the way. You know, I think he can get the job done, and it's one of them. They both know. No matter what both of them say, like they both know that like both of them can fight, and they both know that like it's big for them. You know what I mean? They both know that the win for either one of them here is massive for them both. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of them. It's a big fight for them both. Looking forward to seeing that one.
Yeah, it's going to be class. And Lou's been doing some brilliant work. Lou Hughes, big shout out to Lou Hughes. He's been doing some filming with them both, and the footage he's been getting is brilliant. And I can't wait to see the Robbie documentary as well in December.
Yeah, it was good, that little bit of footage what he done, wasn't it? What he took of them, that bit of small short documentary, whatever you want to call it, was good.
Yeah. Big shout out to Rick Doherty. Thank you very much for the donation, pal. Really does help the channel. Thank you very much, my man. And Rick also asks a question as well. How does Danny think he'll win on the 18th?
In devastating fashion, you know, probably maybe second, third round I start connecting. I don't think he'll like it. I think I'll knock him out or he'll cock. But you just never know. You know, there's that many variables in a bare knuckle fight. One good shot to slice your eyes open, and that, you know, the ref could stop it. You just never know. That's the beauty of it. You just never know how it's going to go. There's no guarantees, and that's what I love about it. I love that roll of the dice, that going in there, the uncertainty of it all. It's mint, man. I love it.
Yeah. I mean, you've admitted it yourself in the past. You're a notorious slow starter. You know, you don't normally start until you get cut or...
Yeah, I can be. And like I say, it's not ideal. It's just often sometimes the way it is. It seems to be a little bit of a pattern emerging. I get clipped with a couple of shots and start bleeding, you know, before I start finding my own range.
Yeah. Big shout out, Dangerous Darren there. Have you been working on the clinch work?
Yeah, doing plenty of it actually. Plenty of it. Obviously, it's part of it, isn't it? So, you know, when you get in there, you've got to know what you're doing. It's just an area where I would not press for the action to be in this particular fight. But if it ends up there, we'll be ready.
Yeah. I mean, what's the main differences for fighting a southpaw as well?
Well, listen, you can overthink it. You know what I mean? You can overthink it. It's one of them. Once you get into gear and you start swapping punches, especially in bare knuckle, like it doesn't really matter where your front foot is. You know what I mean? It's once you're up close and you're in range, these slight different approaches. Your head's on a different side of the line and your foot's on a different side of the line when you're pushing the backhand through. But other than that, it's a fight. You know what I mean? How many times do you got into a fight with someone in the street or whatever when something's happened, and you've just had to ask them if they were a southpaw. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter, does it? You know what I mean? It's a fight, and it's happening anyway. So what will be will be.
Yeah, it was all quite respectful between you and Jared on the Fuse podcast a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, listen, the man seems sound as a pound, doesn't he? He's a fireman and all that, and a fighter and a father. So I've got no bad to say about him. That's all. It's not personal. It's just business, innit? They've sent him over. This is who the promotion wanted me to fight. And my biggest challenge on paper to date, and the best fighter I've faced on paper to date. So, yeah, I've just got to take care of business.
Yeah, good stuff. Look, I won't hold you back anymore. I appreciate it. Do you want to give a shout out to anyone or?
No, just Alice and my kids, and my coach and my whole team, everyone that's behind us, anyone that supports us on the channel, follows my journey. I appreciate it. Big thank you to everybody.
Yeah, and thank you again for coming on, Danny. Much love and respect, my man.
No bother at all, pal. Not a problem. I'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, speak to you later. Cheers, ta-ra.
Ta-ra.
Danny the Bastard Christie, everyone. It's going to be one hell of a show. Big shout out to everyone in the comments as well. Thank you very much. Far too many to mention, but I will. Sharon Cleland, Jonathan Byrne, Jim King, Robin Hamby, Rick Doherty, my man Rick Doherty, Mondo Gecko Ray, always good to speak to you, pal. John Maverick, Fully Game lads. They're doing some great stuff. The Fuse doing some great stuff. Rick Doherty's been asking some questions as well. I seen the other night on the podcast he was saying, let's get Ross and let's get in the Red Korner and the Fuse on the prelims for the show. Just want to ask you, Rick, who do you think would win? That's the big question. Dangerous Darren, nice to see you back. Not seen you in the comments for a while. Good to see you, man. Sharon Cleland again. Rick Doherty. Brilliant. Yeah, appreciate you all coming on. Go over to my Instagram. You'll find out who my next guest is going to be. Jab that like button. Jab the subscribe button. And I'll speak to you all soon. Have a good weekend, everyone.
For the fight fans joining us and the millions watching around the world. In the Red Korner.
One last shout I want to give. Violent Gentleman. Sorry about that. Forgot about him. Violent Gentleman for sorting us out this polo shirt as well. Appreciate you, my man. Speak to you.